How would 4... There. What? Your lungs, boy. And then you have... Yes. She's the doorway.
Offline. You died before I could get out.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. You turn and run.
You poor thing.
Nerves.
Wrong choice.
You get nowhere before the princess is in front of you once again.
You're always going to be a coward.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment. Gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going. You can't keep going? Well, what are you talking about?
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
You're on a path in the... Shit! What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing? There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember. You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you? I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out. No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we? Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything. No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever, I think. We're supposed to be unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart? We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere. There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything. We love her, so we have to set her free. Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us? To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love. Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here? Of course we're wrong.
She's the only thing that's right.
Yes, obviously they're all wrong. What are you going to do about it?
Many times.
It feels like we've been here forever. But it also feels like we've barely been here at all.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine.
It won't.
It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on. What does here even mean if you really think about it?
Shut up. You were here.
Every single time. You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order.
And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged.
You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really. Don't think about that too hard. All it will do is weaken your resolve and make it that much harder for you to slay her.
Maybe you're shattered in your own way. Are you your memories? Or are you the one perceiving the present moment? Ugh, here you go philosophizing again. It never goes anywhere.
Yes, this is far from the first time you've asked us about consciousness. Who am I? What am I? What is I? Who even cares? They're good questions, great questions even, but they don't have any answers, and they all just end in quivering torment. It doesn't matter what we do, because we always find her, and if we don't find her, she always finds us.
And then she smashes us into smaller pieces.
If you all just stopped feeling, we could have been done with this ages ago. Your thoughts are far too scattered to rein back in. Your only option is to silence them. There's nothing worth making sense of. They're clearly all traumatized.
And yet, you aren't. We break apart, and you stay the same.
Yeah, what's your secret? Why can you break the rules when we can't? We've tried that.
It doesn't work. Our hearts always brought us back to her.
The deck is stacked. So many paths, and they're all circles. I don't care how you feel. You have to slay her. You have to pull yourself together. You have to snap out of it. You're lucky you haven't been stuck here like the rest of them. There's no other way to keep going. You either need to forget, or you need to stop feeling much of anything. They can't do either. He's not wrong. He's the only smart one left, if you ask me.
He's worse than her.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill. No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it.
He always lies. And he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do. She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose. They've been heard too much. It's why they are the way they are. Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their level. You have to keep moving. Or you could just give up. You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin. The cabin that isn't there. You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it. Smash it to pieces.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it.
Just do something. It doesn't matter what.
Proceed. Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific. That's a new one. Do you think it'll work? Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them.
And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see? We're one step closer to her.
The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure they're in. Wrong and unsettling as it may be, the only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Take it. It's the only way forward.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth. You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep in the bowels of the earth. You see something staring back at you. It fills you with dread. It's her. She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
There you are. My toy has finally come to finish his job.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
You dragged this out for so much longer than you had to.
Closer.
But it was always just a matter of time.
And closer.
You were going to have to stop running eventually.
And closer.
Everything stops running eventually. Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take my will and let me out. It'll be so much fun, you and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me, but you'll get to be there too. A witness. I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything. Now don't pose. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your powers so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into a frenzy to get it back.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand. You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you. The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next. I didn't think I'd be so tired. Why is it so cold?
She's gone.
Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost.
That mirror's back. What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away, just like her. Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here.
Finally, we can smash it.
Oh, you stop with the smashing.
What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves.
Yeah. I think I'd like that.
Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
Something tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready. It feels okay. The fear's gone. I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you.
I'm ready for the truth.
I'm ready to sleep.
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here.
Boys, it's been an honor.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there? This one is awaiting Ma, an inevitable destination where all roads end. She will make for a wise heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
You do nothing. You can't just do nothing. You have to do something.
That's a new one. Huh. Do you think it'll work? No. Nothing ever works.
Boo! You're the worst one.
He's not the one who got us into this mess.
At least I keep you breathing around her. See? That's why the sad one's the worst. The jumpy one tries.
Who cares? All of you just yap about nothing.
And that kind of attitude is why you're in the top half.
Great.
And that's why you're not the top.
I want to see what nothing does for us. And right now all of you aren't letting nothing happen.
Hopefully this stuff's all the rest of them someplace quiet. You need me, and you need to not have them. He'll get you killed by himself.
Oh, all of us have gotten all the rest of us killed at one point or another. That's hardly even a concern now. As the little voices bicker amongst themselves, you do your best to stay still in the woods. It is difficult, and the more time you spend waiting, the harder it will be to sharpen your focus when you need it.
I wonder what we look like right now.
Are we standing? Sitting? I like to think we have an air of dignity. My point exactly.
You have already committed to my complete...
You slowly make your way through, but eventually you walk up the hill of the cabin. process another. Of course it. You reach down to take the. On a path in the woods. And at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that? I think he's upset. And what's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god.
Exactly. You heathens destroyed them.
Can't say I have much sympathy for... Take the good. You step forward. You reach forward and drag your... You make your way to the bottom of the stair. The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. The princess stands in its centre, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. Then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings. She is loose, and she is coming for you.
Let her in. It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her. It's the punishment I deserve for letting it happen.
Screw that, we can win. We've done it before and we'll do it again, only this time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us. Blade tumbles from your nervous fingers as you stand, arms outstretched, facing the bleeding princess as she barrels towards you. With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound. No, that's our stuff. She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality.
You should all just be grateful she's decided to keep us alive. Even in her defilement, she is merciful.
We're not out for the count just yet. But the words don't leave your metaphorical mouth. Instead, all that leaves you is a wet and horrible gurgling as tissue vibrates out of place. Our metaphorical mouth.
You don't have the means to speak anymore.
skin flayed and organs flapping, you charge towards the princess.
That's right. She'll never stop us.
Still you defy your god! I've made the mistake of underestimating your resolve before! Never again!
You swing for her heart. What's left of you explodes. So that's it. It's over, just like that.
Of course it's over. It's been over since the very first moment we laid eyes on her.
This is the final note of your discordant melody. You will not return again, because you will live in that single tone forever.
No! No! It's not over! We're a god killer! We've returned from death itself twice!
Didn't you hear her? We're not dead.
What's the difference? From many perspectives, there isn't one. But functionally, that is, from your perspective, the difference is massive. You are entirely laid bare, spread to each corner of the room. Yet you are wholly aware of the state you're in. Incapable of movement, but entirely capable of perception. In fact, perceiving your state is the only thing you can currently do. You are preserved, perfectly, in the amber of her torment.
We're more than this. We've lost bodies before. We just have to lose this one and make another. Who said anything about getting to a new...
Absolutely not. I refuse to let you just decide to die with your task unfinished. If you die here, the world is doomed. Your Honor, where the hell are you? Are you already at the princess? This place is different. Rotten. Death all around us. I want to go back.
So you've returned already, and I remain here. Is this our final destination?
The princess tilts her head to look at you, and with a gesture, you are unwound. Again? Already?
Clearly I left you with too much room last time. Perhaps this cell will hold you better.
You know what to do. Again.
Your Honor, she's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
You, guy who describes things, you better start saying what we do this time.
And what are you doing?
Attacking her, obviously.
Right. You charge towards the princess and...
There is no spark in you, only matter devoid of life.
you explode.
Again.
You're on a path. We are not on a fucking path. I have no idea where we are.
We're in the middle of a fight, so act like it.
So you are. Okay, you dive towards the princess and we're unwound? Yes. Her head swivels creakily on her neck, fire in her eyes as your body unravels with blinding pain.
No!
Again.
Your Honor...
No time. You narrate now.
Yes, of course. Pristine blade grasped firmly in your hands, you fly towards the princess before she can turn to face you. We might actually do it this time.
I can feel that body of yours slicing through the air. How many more times will I have to scatter you?
As she turns towards you, the very essence of your being begins to flake away. Your muscles, then organs, then nerves laid bare and screaming as the rest of you is stripped of substance.
Oh, boo-hoo. It's just a body.
It just needs to last long enough to sink this blade into her heart.
It doesn't last. You are disintegrating.
How many times do I need to pulverize you before you finally understand? You are nothing. An empty void that dared to dream it was alive.
That feels right.
If we're nothing.
Because we always have been.
If we're nothing, then how can we do anything?
The same way we always have. Being nothing has never stopped us. Now end this. End her.
You cannot win if you cannot be. How? I've scattered the atoms you clung to and there was nothing there to find. You can't exist.
It's over.
Oh, I think I understand you now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do the things I did to you. I don't think I knew what I was doing.
She sounds genuine.
They always do in the end.
It's cold, but I'm going to be okay, right?
You step forward and approach the door to the basement. Hesitate. All we see... It really is. Just smash it. Don't you want to know what we'll see in there? Well,
Nah, I'm with him on this one.
you bring your fist crashing down against... You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood.
It doesn't matter. I refuse to go out any way that isn't kicking and screaming. Still unarmed, you charge towards the princess. It's now or never. Let's make it a beautiful blaze of glory. With a horrifying squelch.
No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that.
Yes, because we knew it was over.
No weapon this time. It's almost as if you were planning on dying here. As if I'd grant you such a mercy. No, we're going to make this last forever. Let's see how deep we need to dig to find the defiant little spark of your soul. This will hurt you.
Something infiltrates you. Though you do not see it, you feel it, slithering into your disaster of a body, seeping into the gaps between your molecules. The body of a sapient creature has, on average, 30 trillion cells, and each one of those cells is composed of 100 trillion some odd atoms. One of those cells is peeled from the others. 100 trillion atoms are gone.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes? I think.
Then 2 are peeled away. Then 4.
This is nothing. Nothing.
8. 16. 32. 64.
Whatever is happening to us, it's happening faster.
128. 256. 512.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
1024. 2048. 4096. 8192.
I feel small. Smaller than before.
16,384. 32,768. 65,536.
You can't just count us into oblivion.
131,072. 262,144. 524,288.
What happens when it gets higher? Like, really higher?
Nothing. Just like nothing's happening now.
But something is happening now. Something in us is liquefying. Something that started small but that keeps getting bigger.
1,048,000. The hundreds don't matter anymore.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
2,096,000. 4,192,000. 8,384,000.
I don't like this waiting.
waiting for something to happen.
16,768,000. 33,536,000. 67,072,000. Your eyes are useless. 134 million. The thousands don't matter anymore. Your blood begins to go places it shouldn't.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
There's the pain. I can feel it now. But we can handle this. We can't let her win. We can't handle anything. We're at her mercy.
268 million. We don't need to count anymore. Your lungs fill with liquid. You smell things you shouldn't. You choke on pieces of what used to be you.
Doesn't matter, because we're still alive.
You are deconstructed. You are reconstructed. A square you, a round you, a you with too many legs, a you with many mouths which won't stop screaming. Then all of it pressed into a ball, tightly packed into the size of a fist. What does you even mean anymore? We just keep changing into horrible things we can't control. Make it stop, please. Make it stop.
You means we exist. There has to still be a way for us to win. Otherwise this would be pointless, and all this torture would be for nothing. You're right about one thing. It is torture. But it isn't pointless. The whole point is that it's torture.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
No. Yes.
The ball is unraveled into the shape of a body. The skin peels off in a corkscrew. The eyes are plucked. The organs arranged in the air in a neat row.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
No.
Yes.
You are stretched into a line 12 feet long, then 24, then 48. The line gets thinner as you get longer. A mile. 2. 4. 8.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes.
16. 32. 64.
No.
And then, all at once, there is a great rewinding, and all of the disparate threads that once were you fall dutifully back into place. You are whole again, and in your body, the same body you arrived in. The princess stands before you, her dress of skin more tattered than before, her face sullen.
It's all hollow. I ripped you to pieces. I broke your will, but it means nothing. I am forever a piece unfinished, a song with no refrain. We're so different. How could I ever hope for you to understand me?
She stands, arms outstretched, neck craned, gaze transfixed on something unseen above you both.
But perhaps there is a way to grant you understanding. Perhaps there is a way to make myself whole once more.
You are unwound again. But it's different this time. Nothing slithers into your cells. You can feel something changing inside of you. But you see her changing too. Threads, strands of you, becoming pieces of something new. Something that's both you and her. Oh no, absolutely not. You have to stop this. Do you hear me? You have to stop this, or the entire world ends.
Yes, yes! See me as I have had to see you! No, This isn't right. I feel cold. Gassed me.
You hear a snap. Then everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path... Alright, change of plans. We're taking the blade this time, and we're not hiding upstairs.
Who cares about the blade? If we had a chance against her, we already missed it.
We've seen her bleed. Whatever she is, she started out mortal, which means she probably is still mortal, which means we can win. We just didn't take things seriously enough last time.
If that's what you want, then fine. Enjoy being beaten to death again and again and again.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path... I think I've heard this one before. Does it involve a princess? Are you trying to get us to do your dirty work? Yes, so you've been here before, and died here before. Yeah, twice. And it's going to be a lot more than that if we don't suck it up and actually fight her this time. You didn't fight her. She wanted a rematch, and we wanted to see what would happen if we didn't give it to her. She got so very angry with us. And you got so very angry with us too. It was amusing. I'm sorry, you thought that was amusing? I thought we were breaking a cycle of violence. I thought we were practicing pacifism in the face of mortal peril. I thought we were being brave. Heroic, even. Oh, you're funny. There's no such thing as heroism when you can never truly die. All we did was look at the same old thing from another angle. Oh, will both of you just shut up? As we've now established, you've already been here, and based on your behaviour, I think we can all agree that things are not going well. Look, you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously. I've never made you do anything you didn't want to do yourself. It'll be interesting to see what happened to her. She was so fiery last time. I wonder if we've managed to douse that flame. You'd better hope not. I liked her spark. Hope not? Is that some kind of threat? What could you possibly do to me? Wouldn't you like to find out, you chilly little freak? Come on, let's not fight. We've done enough of that already. Then what happens? Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens. Good for you, but your opinion on the matter doesn't count. How convenient. As soon as you get an answer to life's great mysteries, it doesn't count. Moving on. Good, we're all on the same page. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know. End her.
That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
That's fine by me. Let's get moving. I'm itching for a rematch.
The interior of the cabin is but that is how
That's horrible. It's just meat.
That's why it's horrible.
No, that attitude is why you're...
The only furniture of note is up the blade. You take the blade.
Good. Nothing feels better.
You step forward and all we spit. Grimy? Why? What? The mirror. What are you talking? But it has. Let's just. We won't be. Let's just do whatever you want with. You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the. As if on command.
Why am I not surprised?
You step forward into the stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. The high vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight.
Do you think that if you let me kill you enough times, I'll suddenly soften and repent for sins that live solely in your head? Well, we've tried that, haven't we? Now come down and see what your refusal has done to me. See how much you can bear to witness the consequences of your actions.
Oh. We've changed her, have we? I'm intrigued.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone. The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground. She pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings. She is loose, and she is coming for you.
I like this one. Let's see her do her worst. Let's see if she can make us actually feel something.
Whatever she wants to make us feel, I think it's gonna be bad.
But bad is so much more interesting than numb.
Gah! Stop it with all this talk about feelings. The only feeling that matters is the rush of victory.
No more words. There is only the truth of violence left between us.
She bounds across the room, her fists ready, her heart set upon your destruction. With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound. No, that's our stuff. She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality.
In the end, just because she's ripped us open doesn't mean this is over.
How is it not over?
Don't think that I'll allow you death here. I've made that mistake before. No, you will suffer until you see in me what I have seen in you.
That's how. It would seem, somehow, that she is keeping you alive.
A challenge, then. Sure. Let's see how far we can take this.
Can we even do that? Is death the sort of thing we can just decide to do? You do your best to die, but try though you might, you find yourself unable to perish.
Good, because we're not a quitter.
Yes, hopefully this means there's still a chance for the world here.
I could feel you attempting to slip away. Is that what you want then? Are you so terrified of my desires that you'd prefer any escape at all? Are you so terrified of me that you prefer death to my company? At least you're quiet now. At least you haven't fallen back on words. They aren't music. They aren't dance. They aren't feeling.
Your eye, held far outside your skull by a thin stalk of nerves and viscera, stares back at her in unblinking silence.
Let's see what meaning we can find together. Let's see what we're made of.
Something infiltrates you. Then two are peeled away. 128. 16,384.
Or nothing happens. Just like nothing is happening now.
1,048,000. The hundreds don't matter anymore. 16,768,000. 33,268,000,000. We don't need to count anymore.
You means we exist. And if we exist, then there has to be a way for us to win. Otherwise, this would just be pointless. It would all just be pointless torture.
Yes, she's torturing us. That's the whole point of this exchange. Haven't you been paying attention?
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes.
You are stretched into a line.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes.
16. 64.
No.
100. I'm still here. I'm still me. You are stretched and stretched and stretched until you are longer than the world itself. You wrap around it again and again and again. A tense line of microcosmic tissue held together by forces that are far too weak for the task they've been given.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Do I have to keep answering? And then the forces disappear. The bonds holding your cells together break. You are 30 trillion little pieces, all of them separate, and all of them falling.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
You sit in these 30 trillion places, each second passing in each of them before you arrive at the next. Each second passing is 1,000,000 years, and so you wait.
That's all I have.
And then all at once there is a great rewinding, and all of the disparate pieces that once were you fall dutifully back into place. You are whole again, and in your body, the body you had before all of this happened, and the princess sits against the wall, her dress of skin more tattered than before, her face sullen and disappointed.
You left me, and there's nothing I can do to bring you back.
Oh, she's been like me this whole time. She's just been hiding it.
So you are, and yet I still feel so alone. After everything I've done to you, you'd really take me with you?
Are you serious? You're just offering her your hand. You cross the room towards the princess, extending your hand to her. Her eyes, deep wells of buried sorrow, meet yours for a moment. You despicable fiend. And then she takes your hand in hers. You're going to end the world, don't you get it? I can't let that happen. I can't let you leave. I have to... You have to what? Stop us. You leave me, no other choice. You are nothing but a witness. Fine. You and the princess climbed the stairs out of the basement together. In silence. No embellishments. No flowery text describing what kind of silence we share. You've really given up, haven't you? I'm tired. What a shame. But you should really keep going. You have a job to do, don't you? And then you cross the upstairs of the cabin to the door, which you open. And then you step outside and into the ruins of the world you left behind. So he's gone too. It's just you and me now.
Is this the world? It's so cold.
So that's a wrap. I didn't think we'd ever get here. There's only one thing left to do.
How? It's all I've known. After everything. And you did. Go, then.
You turn back towards the stairs, putting the princess forever out of your mind.
Alone.
Then we're done here. It's over. On to the next thing.
Over? You do know that this really doesn't solve anything, right?
We don't need a resolution. We've never needed one. Whatever we are, we're here forever.
But this isn't over. She'll find a way out. If you don't turn around and finish this right now, she'll bring about the end of the entire...
And he's gone too.
I feel so cold. Is it because you're gone?
So that's a...
I don't know. I just wanted something back. Something that was missing. I don't really know what it is. I just know that it's still gone. Different. I am, yes. We were doing all that for such a long time. I'm tired now. So I did do something to you after all.
You turn back.
Alone.
Right, the blade. After all of that, it's still here, waiting for you. You pick it up off the floor. The princess doesn't look up as you cross the room, nor does she look up as you bury the weapon in her heart.
Huh. I felt that. It's cold.
I felt that too. A little. Isn't that something? So that's a wrap. I didn't think we'd ever get here.
Alone? After every... I don't think either of us knows who we are.
You turn back to... Good. But that is how... You take the blade. You step forward. You reach forward and drag. You make your way to the chamber's walls are painted in blood. A deep, sickening the blade. But the words don't leave your are metaphorical, man.
Oh, I didn't leave you a mouth, did I? It's better that way. Words get us. They aren't music. They aren't dance.
Good. But that is how it... You step forward. You bring your fist, crash. You make the chamber's wall, the prince...
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she's still unarmed. You It's now or never. But the words don't leave your metaphorical mouth. Instead...
Yes, I think I'm finished now. There's nothing more for me to do to you. I don't know. Oh, all this time I thought I understood something about you. But I didn't. Now what? Then here I stay. Alone? After everything...
Are you serious? You're just... You cross the room to... 8 plus pulp. You hear a snap. You're on a... All right, change of plan. Who cares about the blade? Good. But that is how it was. The only furniture of note is a pulse. You take the blade. You step forward. You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement.
I think you'll find it won't be so simple. I've changed. The way your body broke and bled against the walls of this temple, it woke something in me. A fight is a song, but there was no music in our conflict. There was no beauty in what we did to each other, and now there's no beauty in me. Come down and see what you've done.
It cuts both ways. We've both hurt each other. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's wall. The princess stands in its center.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
Your heart free of fear, you Oh, you are just insufferable, aren't you? Come on, we're better than this. So... no.
Don't think that I'll allow you death here.
But the words are metaphorical, mouth. 128. 256. 268 million. Then I'm letting go. Yes. You are stretched and stretched and stretched until you are locked, and then the full...
Are you still there? Are you
Right, the blade. After the princess does, nor does she look up as you bury the...
Huh. I felt
So did we. Good. You step forward. You bring your fist crack. You make your way to the bottom. The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down your heart free of fear.
At least you're quiet now. At least you haven't fallen back on words. They aren't music. They aren't dance. So you are. There is no world outside of us.
Your honor? All right. Who cares about... Good. Yeah, but that is how... You step forward and approach... You reach forward and, as if on command, you make your way. The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the chart. Still unarmed, you... But the words don't leave your metaphorical mouth. You reach...
No.
The words don't leave your metaphorical mouth. Instead, all that leaves...
Hurting each other. You've already taken my capacity for pain. You're the only thing left that hurts here.
Just submit already. What is there left for us to do? Yes, it is hopeless. This is what we deserve.
Pathetic. I can't believe we have to share a body.
Let's see how deep we need to dig to find the defiant little spark of your soul. This will hurt you.
Something infiltrates you.
We're so different.
Your honor? To see her fix everything. Yeah. Well, yeah, I quit. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path...
All right, change of plans. We're taking the blade this time.
Now, why would we ever do that? Does it matter? We lost. Oh, why so glum, Rage? Boy, I thought you were brave. I thought you were proud. Was all that bravado just hot air? Look, it was just... The fight was better the first time, and the first time we had a weapon. Yeah, you think? That's a good point.
Good, we're all on the same. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. The interior of but that is how it was.
That's horrible.
I think it's kind of nice.
Makes the room feel alive, doesn't it?
The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. We'll need it if we want to do things right.
I say we leave it to rust.
Let's not make the same mistake twice. We could have won if we had it last time. Take it. You step forward and all we see is Spit. What are you? But it has to be. Does it matter if it's actually real or not? Talking about it gets under his skin. That's all that matters. We should talk about it even more.
Let's just smash it and get it over with. I'm ready to get violent.
We won't be able to see what... You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement.
I think you'll find it won't be so simple. I've changed. The way your flesh felt grinding beneath my fist, it woke something in me. A fight is a song, but there was no music in our conflict. There was no beauty in what we did to each other.
You make the chambers the prince.
Do you know?
There's not so much a moment then. With a nauseating sound, the skin, she is loose. She wants us to be afraid because she wants us to think she can make us suffer. Don't give her the satisfaction.
That's right, no fear. She's bigger than the last time, but she's pulling herself apart. She's practically done most of the work for us.
We don't even have a weapon.
It doesn't matter. I refuse to go out any way that isn't kicking and screaming.
You'll try. And that's what I've been so excited for. Let's hurt each other.
Your heart free of fear.
It's now or never.
The horrifying squelch. No, that's our stuff. She just did. Who needs stuff anyway? Look at us. We might be all over the place, but we're fine.
That's the first thing you've said that's made any sense. We may be down again, but we're not out for the count yet.
Still, you fall to pieces. What is the point of all this power if there's no challenge to using it? This is a numb existence.
Though the ribbons of your unraveled body struggle to coordinate, you manage to put one foot forward.
Oh, so there is some challenge left in you. Let's see how long it takes to crush it.
The princess clenches her fist, and as her knuckles tighten, even more of you becomes undone. Your skin is flayed, your fatty tissue torn from your muscles.
What are you? You're clearly not your skin.
Why would we ever be just our skin? We lost so much of it last time. We're obviously more than that. Who cares? I don't like not having skin. It hurts.
The pain doesn't matter. Just keep walking. She can't stop us if we don't let her. No, come on. It's just skin. What's wrong with you?
And just when I was starting to get a little excited. Don't think you could just quit so soon. Not after all those guts you showed me last time. Let's see what you're really made of. Maybe we can find where your courage decided to hide away.
Something infiltrates. 128. 16,308. 1,048,000. 16,768,000.
You!
Are you still there? Don't think you could just...
Though the ribbons of... Still you push on, placing one disaster of a foot in front of the other.
Perhaps muscle is where you dwell.
She smiles, and again her will tears at you. Muscle untethers from bone. But we need that. We can't do anything if we don't have muscle. Okay, Mr. Anatomy, I hear you. But have you considered how neat it would be if we still kept walking towards her without it?
Yes, do it. Show her how tough we really are.
Boo! Boo!
Yeah, what he said. Boo!
Oh, don't boo us. We're just following the rules of reality, yeah? Well, the rules of reality suck. I want something better. I want a rewrite.
Oh, I thought you were something more. There must still be some spirit left in you. We just have to find it, and this will hurt.
Something infiltrates you. Though the ribbon, still you push on. You shamble on, a mass of organs suspended in bone, all held together by the thinnest strands of connective tissue.
I really thought that losing your muscle would be the end of you. This is exciting. We're in uncharted depths. I can't wait to see how much more of you I can take before you finally stop moving.
The less that remains of your body, the more fiercely your spirit struggles against that of the princess. But her power is immense. As your organs slip from between your ribs, she takes another step back. Only now, there is nowhere left for her to go. She is within your reach, if only you have the determination to reach her.
Of course we have determination. We made it this far, didn't we?
What does this make us? How can we lose so many vital parts of who we are and still be here? The exact same way we lost every piece of ourselves twice before. Have you forgotten that we've literally died? Twice.
Come on. One more step. Do it. Hit me. Show me what you're made of.
Your skeletal hand shoots towards her heart, but the closer it gets, the more brittle it becomes. Flakes of bone are peeled away, exposing the marrow, and the marrow melts, exposing nerves, and the nerves are stripped away. Until what? I think he gave up on us.
Figures. He always seemed weak to me.
In the end, you're nothing. Just like what's left of me.
But we're still here, aren't we?
Which means we aren't finished.
What are we supposed to do? Hit her with nothing? Yes.
Huh. I felt that.
We actually did it.
We actually won.
I always knew we had it in us. But what are we going to do with ourselves now?
It's cold.
She's gone. And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Don't think you can just let's see what you're really made of. Maybe we can find where your courage decides.
Something infiltrate.
If only you could see, if only I could make you better. But maybe I can.
She stands, arms outstretched. You are